It's mid-January 2022 and we are outside of Tucson, Arizona. This week has been sort of erratic as far as continuity goes, because as you know, I'm here to take delivery of a new-to-me pickup truck. Well, since last week, the truck has been in the shop getting looked over. Just general maintenance stuff, it got new brakes, and it also got new hub seals, so I didn't actually take delivery of this truck until the end of this recording week. So let's fast forward for the moment and start off with my visit to Sonoran Rovers. I have the most trouble with third gear so far. That is fourth gear. Ooh, if you can't find it, grind it. Ooh, let's reverse. Third gear. Ooh. This is it. My 1991 Land Rover Defender 110 high-capacity pickup truck. I've been wanting a Defender like this for decades, and the old Camel Trophy pictures are to blame for that. Pictures of yellow Defenders and Discoveries traveling through the jungle, traversing terrain that looks otherwise insurmountable. In my opinion, there are very few four-wheel drive vehicles that embody romanticized overland adventure quite like the classic Land Rover Defender. So I wasn't sure if I had the necessary disposition to own what is now a vintage four-wheel drive vehicle, an imported one no less. I know it's not always going to be smooth sailing and it's going to take some patience, but I believe that we've got some adventures ahead of us. There are a couple more odds and ends that we need to take care of before the truck is ready for the field. I bought a couple of aluminum boxes that I'm going to bolt down to the bed to store recovery gear, tools, fluids, and camping equipment. And I also got a 48-inch high lift jack for the bed rail, just because I didn't know if it had a jack or not. In fact, I still need to check. There's a couple other mechanical things, a little oil leak, the driver's side door only opens from the outside, and it needs a new fuel cap, but we're almost there, and I'm super stoked to finally be able to see it and experience it. This is cool. About a month ago, we passed through Tucson, Arizona en route to Texas for the holidays. And on our way through town, we discovered the Land Rover shop, Sonoran Rovers. Sonoran Rovers I would describe as a specialty shop that imports classic Land Rovers and then outfits them. And they're also an alu-cab dealer, so they do a lot of rooftop tents and canopy campers on Jeeps, trucks, and SUVs. Let's head inside and see what they've got going on in the shop. This is an alu-cabin going on a Toyota Tundra over there, but it's currently mocked up on this 110 high cap. That's sort of like mine, but not my truck. The alu-cabin lines up almost perfectly on the bed of the 110 high cap. The outside side edges bleed over a little bit, but it's lined up inside the bed rail. There is a little bit of a gap in the front, and the rear tailgate is flush. So it might need an extra panel right here to close the gap, but otherwise it's a very nice fit. I'm here with Marcus Whitaker, owner of Sonoran Rovers in Tucson, Arizona. And Marcus, can you tell us your background and your experience with Land Rover vehicles?
So we started this business in 2017. I was working as a school teacher and have been in Tucson, middle school teacher, English and history, since 2009. My wife and I had actually, when we left London in 2008, we drove an old 60 Series Land Cruiser. We were trying to drive it to South Africa. And we ended up quitting that journey down in Burkina Faso, selling the truck and flying here. And that's actually what we started with when we arrived in Tucson, just the money in our pockets from selling that car in Timbuktu. So I'd been looking for diesel vehicles to travel around in the desert, and started out with the Zuzu Troopers, and then found my way to a Land Rover Defender in 2017. We bought a 10-seater and I used it on school trips, taking kids backpacking. It was kind of a revelation overnight. First group of kids I took, middle school kids, 9 of them plus me in this vehicle, and it was the best day out I'd ever had.
As the business owner, what services does Sonoran Rovers provide?
Right now we're providing, we sell roof racks, we sell alu-cab gear, front runner and ARB gear, and we do installs of all that stuff. We are developing our capacity to take on client work for working on old trucks. We do guided trips in southern Arizona and Mexico, and we'll source vehicles for clients out of Europe and the UK.
Excellent. Well, Marcus, I met him last month, and he sourced my Land Rover, the 1991 Defender 110 high cap pickup, which I'm really excited to get out into the field with. So thank you so much, Marcus.
Thank you. All right.
A couple of small improvements that I'm making to the Venture Forward production this year. And one is that I've actually started recording video in 4K. That doesn't mean that the finished video is going to be 4K. I'm still going to output in high definition for now. But high-resolution 4K video assets offer me more creative control as to how I frame the scene. I can use the raw footage in different ways, and it will still appear really high quality. Also, when Shannon and I recorded a couple of episodes of Venture Forward together last year, I had trouble with the audio, because all I have as far as microphones go is the shotgun microphone on top of the camera. These are wireless microphones. This is the receiver, and I have to be careful. I don't want these to fall off the cliff. And it comes with 2 of these transmitters. The receiver goes on top of the camera, and the transmitter clips onto our shirt collar. And now I have the means to clearly record speech from 2 individuals. But I used these for the interview with Marcus, and the audio came out perfectly. So I'm extremely happy about that. If you're interested in learning more about the recording equipment that I use for Venture Forward, I'll put product links in the description for this video. It's Monday night and Shannon and I went out for dinner in Vail, Arizona. And we went to, what was it called? Arizona...
Pizza Company, I think.
Arizona Pizza Company. We wanted something just light. So we went in and got 3 slices of pizza. And it was $21 for 3 slices of pizza. When the server told us that, we kind of looked at each other like, $21? Did he get something wrong? So when our pizza was ready, they handed us these 3 boxes.
I'm about 1/3 of the way through mine.
And this was 3 slices of pizza. We only got slices of pizza because we weren't that hungry. Let's just get a few slices. But these are the size of
a pizza.
Manhole covers.
Yes.
No complaints here, but
no.
So much for eating light tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it, to be honest. It's just a lot.
It's really good. It is a lot.
Mm-hmm. Now that everyone's caught up with the new truck, let's go back to earlier this week. Shannon and I spent some time touring the area around Tucson, and we also got together with some friends.
So one thing we try to do is not get to camp after dark, and we are pushing it. It is closing in on 6 p.m. in the middle of January, so we're seeing a beautiful sunset, though. Arizona delivers when it comes to sunsets, that's for sure. Look who's here! Dusty! This is a nice spot.
We did a lot of hiking among the saguaros, and we were captivated by how interesting and also verdant that the desert landscape can be. See the birds?
They seem happy.
I spent the earlier part of the week waiting by the phone for news about the truck or about RNG, to be honest. I used that downtime to do some home improvement around the van. Our sink drain was still leaking and dripping into the drawers below, so I went to Home Depot and I purchased a new drain and spent a little bit of time installing it. Over the last couple months, I've been noticing just a little bit of water getting into our spice drawer. And nothing is worse than having wet taco seasoning. You don't want that. So I found that it is our basin strainer, our sink strainer, that's been leaking. I made a video of the process and I uploaded it to my other YouTube channel. I've got another channel called Venture Forward Focus, which I don't actively maintain it. It's sort of a catch-all for any videos that focus on just something that doesn't fit into the main storyline. For instance, how to replace a sink drain in a Winnebago Revel. And it's about as exciting as it sounds. Now, all we do is test. I'm quickly losing daylight, so I'm going to call that a wrap for the week. Next week, the plan is to continue to prep the truck, to see if we can get it further along, and hopefully get it out here into the backcountry to do some exploring. Heads up to Patreon subscribers, I have a special announcement that will accompany my post for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again next week.